Hi! Welcome to another Let's Try It craft project video. I will showcase different products that I bought for crafting purposes. So usually I will buy them from Daiso. So this one here is from Daiso. It is $2. It's called the Shrink Plastic Craft for Inkjet Printer. If you're familiar with shrink plastic crafts, you can use the heating element like a hairdryer or a hot air gun or the toaster oven to shrink this to a smaller plastic piece item. So with this, I've made a little pin here. This is a pin which I made with a picture of my dog, my pet Chihuahua. Because Chinese New Year is coming, and I had this from last year, and I rarely wear it, so I thought I should just wear it for Chinese New Year. But it looks a little plain, and because it's the year of the dog, so with a picture of my Chihuahua, it will dress up this attire. So details about this: the usual quick shrink craft, draw, doodle, anything on it, but it has to be with a marker or with oil pencil. But for this one, you can actually just print it. So if there's anything that you like for example a picture or maybe a cartoon character, you can download the image and you can actually print it onto using your normal inkjet printer. I'm using an Epson, so I'm not trying other printers, but they will probably work in their inkjet. And the rest is just the same. You cut it out, and then you can shrink it and you can stick. For this one, I put a pin, but you can also punch a hole and you can make a keychain from it. So there's so many things you can do, and it's just $2 and countless fun. It's really very easy. So yeah, let's go to the studio and I'll show you how it's done. So this is a shrink plastic craft for inkjet printer. There are 3 pieces, and the size is 14.5 cm and 10 cm over here. It can be printed, images can be printed on this each of these plastic using an inkjet printer. Yeah, so it is supposed to shrink down to 1/5 the size. Other than this, for this craft project, you would also require scissors. This is I'm making a pin, so this is a brooch pin attachment. So you can glue this side to the back of the pin. So it's important to measure the size. So it's about 2.5 cm. Okay, other than that, you would also need this is the glue gun for you to glue this to the shrunk plastic. For the treatment, you will need a heating gun. This is a heat gun, and also aluminium foil. This is to protect your surface. So I'm using this silicone mat. So this aluminium foil, I'll put it on top, and I will shrink the plastic over here using the heating gun. A resin. So this is a UV liquid craft resin. This is from Daiso. A new packaging. This is the hard type. And if I would like to, I can also put in the embellishment. So and the last part would be our UV lamp, and we should be ready to go. So after letting the printing dry, I will be marking out, because I need to cut this to size. I'll be marking out the 2 pins that I'm going to make. First up is the pin for my doggie, for Cookie. already outlined where I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to do the cutting now. Yeah, I realized the surface can be quite fragile because while erasing the pencil marks, I accidentally scratched this and some of this has came off. So just be very gentle, yeah? Yeah, okay, now it's time to shrink the plastic. I failed to mention that other than those materials, you also would need a heavy object. So in my case, I will be using a chair. So what I'll be doing is I'll taking this tool and I will be putting my shrink plastic and I will flatten it by placing the chair on it. Right? You can use other stuff like maybe a dictionary or some kind of phone book or something. Okay, I think it's important to hold down the piece because it's going to be hot. So I'm going to use a file. You can use something else, maybe a chopstick or something. So yeah. So I'm gonna start now. This is to flatten it. Yeah, so one thing to note is that after flattening it and after cooling down, you wouldn't be able to shrink it anymore. You would not be able to like maneuver or like use the heating gun to make it smaller. So yeah, I think it's not too small. I should be able to fit the brooch in. In fact, I think I have a lot of space. Look, it's kind of big. Maybe I'll cut this down. I have cut it down with a scissors. So it's actually doable. It's just that it's kind of brittle. So you just have to be careful when you cut it because it's gonna like go everywhere. So yep, I'm done with the two. So these two are done pretty quickly. I will put a layer of resin over before gluing the brooch pin to the back. So the next step would be to coat this with resin. I have something from Sophie and Toffee, so I'm going to just use this. So if there's bubble, I would remove it with a flame. But just be careful not to leave it in the flame for too long, yeah? So I'm going to put this into the lamp. And try not to stare into the lamp when it's shining. So for this purpose, I will cover it with a cloth. It should take about 3 minutes, so yeah, let's wait. And look, it is done. So all I need to do is to glue this to the back. So I just use the A and B part resin, epoxy adhesive, and I will just wait for about 10 minutes for it to harden.